What's up, 121 students? It's a peaceful afternoon, and it's a peaceful time in the Arnful household right now. Why? Because it's rest time for all four of our kids, and that means that I can actually think. Because normally we're outside riding our bikes, shooting baskets, and slowly but surely we get on each other's nerves and say, stop that, get out of my way, you're bothering me, stop it. And it always escalates between the siblings, and Megan and I constantly have to step in as the mediators and bring peace. And we don't bring peace by having him sign a piece of paper saying, I'll get along with so-and-so, because we know that that will only last for a short time. No, we have them focus their attention on the ones that they love, which is me and Megan. And when they do that, they're able to get along and they're able to move forward. And you know what? Peter has this dream in Acts chapter 10, verse 28 and 34 and 35 in particular, where God speaks to him and says, look, I love everyone. I have love for all peoples, all races, all nations, and those who fear my name are all welcome into my kingdom. And so that is the message that Peter hears, and that's the message that's true for all of us. Even right now in 2020, God wants us to see people the way he sees people. He wants us to love people the way Jesus loved people, and that's the message for us. God's grace is available for everyone. And Peter responds to that by sharing the gospel to historically a people that did not get along for centuries. And yet he encounters them and shares the gospel with them, and people are saved and they're getting along only by the power of the peace that is made through Jesus Christ. And so that's the message. If you've got some enemies today, focus your attention on Jesus and think about how he received you when you were an enemy. So I want you to see people how God sees people, with love, with care and compassion. And when we all do that, we can all get along, because God's grace is available for everyone. God's grace is available for everyone. For those who fear his name, all are welcome into his kingdom.
God's grace is for everyone.
God's grace is for everyone.
God's grace is for everybody.
God's grace is for everybody.
God's grace is for everyone.
God's grace is for everybody.
God's grace is for everyone.
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 God's grace is sufficient for everyone.
God's grace is 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 for everybody.
God's grace is for everyone.